Welcome to another video. Today we are playing an unfair deck, and now I don't usually say this, but this deck, any deck playing Reasoning as a main strategy, generally quite unfair. So this is Runick, and this is a deck list I got from Discord. I'll post a link to the original deck list down below. Opponent gonna Ash Blossom our Reasoning. It is an old card, so no hard ones per turn on this. We can just activate another one. So let's activate Reasoning Part 2, and let's show off what our unfair shenanigans are. Opponent gonna name wrong. Level 4. Not right, opponent. This is gonna mill most of our deck into the graveyard, which is great, because it fills up our graveyard with with Runick spells. So now we can use that Runick field spell and draw 3 every time. Still going here. Nice little mill 13. So this is better than... There you go, better than Grass is Greener right now. Just milling 15, and there we go. Hit a Cyberstein. Cyberstein gonna activate, special summon a fusion monster. And it's the last warrior from another planet. This is gonna make it so that neither player can summon monsters. So, good luck, opponent. Can't summon monsters. Also, if you try and pop it, we got Runick Slumber to protect opponent. Opponent is done. Alright. So, yeah, if you do this, usually opponent's going to concede right away. Sometimes they concede when you see an Runick spell. But you know what? Sometimes it doesn't all go to plan. So let's show off what happens when it doesn't go to plan. Let's go. Now, we don't just have one target for the Reasoning. We also have Ocean Dragonlord. And that is kind of the core element of this deck. Usually you're going to hit Ocean Dragonlord. You're not going to hit the Cyberstein and Fusion Summon from the extra deck. So, opponent's going first, and they're playing Despia. Now, this is not an easy matchup. When you're playing just regular Umi control, Despia matchup is actually really easy. But with this deck, I find it to be a real struggle. Opponent going first, activating that Brand of Fusion. A lot of cool branded techs as well now. People putting in Ecclesia. Don't usually see that in branded, but people playing it now. Very interesting. Opponent making Masquerade, and this is another thing that you don't usually see. People usually make the Mirror Jade the branded dragon, but now people are opening with Masquerade the Blazing Dragon, which is gonna deal 600 damage to us every time we do anything. If you look at it funny, we're paying 600. All right, well, let's see what we can do here. Draw into the Monster Gate. Now Monster Gate is Reasoning, but you have to sacrifice a monster, and your opponent doesn't get a guess. So Reasoning, Monster Gate, basically the same card. They're gonna mill your deck until you hit a monster, and then special summon it. So let's get started here. Activate Runick Tip, pay 600 life points. Get that Runick field spell. We want to start drawing as soon as possible, but we do have to deal with this Masquerade. Opponent, interesting. Activating Super Poly. What are you doing, opponent? What are you going to fusion summon? Are they going to go for the Chimera right now? See, if they go for Chimera, we can make the Huggin. Huggin will protect the field spell. But opponent is going for Masquerade Part 2, so now we are paying 1200 life points every time we activate anything. Let's try and pop one of his Masquerades to not pay 600 life points for everything. And I forgot that Branded Opening has a graveyard effect because it was in the graveyard. Branded Opening. You can banish it instead of letting your monster that was a fusion monster be destroyed. Opponent has another Branded Opening in the graveyard, so that's not ideal. Let's pay another 1200 life points. Make a Runick Dog, and Dog is just a body. We're going to activate the Monster Gate or Tribute Summon with Ocean Dragonlord. And we're going to draw here. Nice little draw 3. Opponent, not knowing what's going on, is activating an Imperm, targeting Gary. Well, Gary's not doing anything right now. So not sure why opponent did that. Maybe they thought this was the one that searches for the field spell. Who knows? We already have the field spell anyway. I don't know what opponent's doing. Let's activate Sea Stealth 2. And now it's Tribute Summoning time. Tribute Summon the Ocean Dragonlord. Make us pay half the taxes. Nice little tax discount. Opponent only has one Masquerade and they're locked. Can't summon any monsters now unless they're water monsters. Let's hit that Sea Stealth. Opponent not giving up though. 1200 life points is not an ideal spot to be at. Opponent adding that Ecclesia back to hand. Let's see what opponent can do though. Opponent knows what we're about. We're gonna pay 600 to activate the Sea Stealth. Opponent just ending the turn though. I think they don't know. Maybe they don't know. But they have a Branded Opening in the graveyard. If they attacked, we'd die. That they would just banish their Branded Opening. So opponent not knowing. We're going to take advantage of that. Let's special summon a Moonin. We're not going to activate the field spell because we don't want to pay any more life points. We want to start gaining with Moonin. But we need to get some life points back right now. Let's set the Sea Stealth. Gain another 1,000 life points, although we have to pay 600 to gain that 1,000, so really only gaining 400. Opponent with the surprise Gameciel, the Turtle Kaiju. Opponent giving us a beautiful turtle. Well, that is okay, and you're about to find out why. Opponent probably thinks we're dead now. They are brand abusing. They are Lubellion. Special summoning a Mirror Jade. And they're summoning the Aluber. Opponent is just going all out here. Opponent thinks they got it in the bag. They are using the branded in red. They are going to fusion summon. Now it's time for them to make that Chimera. Guardian Chimera on the field, going to target cards on resolution. It targets, so yeah, you don't know what they're going to choose until it resolves. So we got to activate Sea Stealth now. Luckily, opponent gave us a nice little beautiful water turtle kaiju, so we are going to use our kaiju that we were borrowing to protect ourselves from dying. Down to 1,000 life points. We have one more effect activation. Opponent activating Mirror Jade. They're going to banish the Moonin. No more life points for us. Moonin is permanently gone. And opponent probably thinks they got lethal, but they forgot about one thing. Sea Stealth too. Yeah, you're not going to pop that field spell, opponent. We are activating. Getting that Ocean Dragonlord on the field, and opponent chooses the wrong Masquerade. This is the one that was not fusion summoned, so we are not paying any more taxes. If opponent kept the other one, we would have been paying 600 to activate anything else, and we'd be probably dead here. Opponent attacking, unbanishing that branded opening. We're not paying any more life points now. Opponent searching for a fusion destiny. Very interesting tech there. With the, hold on, I gotta read that. What let him do that? Alba Lentis, when it is sent to the graveyard. If it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a polymerization normal spell or a fusion normal spell from your deck to hand. Very cool tech. Alright, gotta try that out. Alba Lentis, another UR in Despia's. Now we just got a turtle, but we can get more stuff. It's been a while since we activated a Runick spell, so we actually got our battle phase. Gonna get back that Ocean Dragonlord, and we're gonna save him. Using the old sneaky Sea Stealth attack. And now it's time to Monster Gate. Let's transform our Turtle Kaiju boy into something a little nicer. Maybe another Ocean Dragonlord. Gonna just also fill our graveyard with Runick spells so that we guarantee draw 3 every time. Nice little mill for 10. Alright, keep going. Also not terrible to send more copies of, okay, we got unlucky, hit the Cyberstein. Now, why didn't I activate Cyberstein? Well, it costs 5,000 life points, and I don't have that many right now. Maybe later. We don't actually have a way to gain life points anymore. Opponent, normal summoning Fallen Albaz, attacking it into the Cyberstein. That's not going to cut it, opponent. You're going to have to do better than that. Let's draw another reasoning. Has opponent learned their lesson? Let's search for a Sea Stealth attack. Activate reasoning. Opponent naming level 2. Well, opponent, listen. I know you saw us get Cyberstein last time, but Cyberstein is limited to 1, so we don't have a second one. We get a nice little Ocean Dragonlord. And we can use our... yeah, we're gonna max C here, so we're not special summoning anything else. But we're gonna use our Ice Barrier to send an Ocean Dragonlord to the graveyard, add it to hand. That will let us use our Sea Stealth 2 to special summon it during the battle phase. But we're not gonna do it because of the max C. Let our opponent have 200 points of damage there. See if they can get out of this. An opponent has that Fusion Destiny they search for. This could be trouble. This could be trouble. DPE can try to pop something once each turn. Opponent has more ways to interact. We could be in trouble here. And I was worried. I mischecked. I thought they had another branded opening in the graveyard, which would have made this attack lethal because Sea Stealth wouldn't pop it. But luckily, we trick our opponent here. Activate the Freezing Curses. This is why I'm doing this. I thought I was going to die. Activate the Freezing Curses. Opponent activates the DP in response. We're going to activate Sea Stealth in response, save our field spells. Not get attacked for lethal. Do a nice little draw 3. Nice little, just a little draw 3. Just a casual draw 3. There you go. Very nice. We didn't get to save our Ocean Dragon Lord, but we can get him back. The recursion with the Ocean Dragon Lord is very high. We got a lot of ground game going on. Opponent getting that DP back. Let's turtle. Save our field spells. And we're just going to wait till we get up enough value. Using that Sea Stealth. We can easily win using the Runick spells, mill our opponent out, as long as we can keep stalling with Ocean Dragon Lords. Opponent getting the DP back. Going to battle, we get another Ocean Dragon Lord. Opponent is out of brand openings though. DP gonna get popped. And now we've saved our second Ocean Dragon Lord. Opponent going for the adventure right at Era's Mirror. This is a big mistake, opponent. They're searching for the Griffin Rider and discarding that Dracaback. We didn't banish a single piece of that adventure engine. And I gotta act now, because if he bounces Umi, DP will come back and we won't be able to protect. That is not ideal. So let's activate Runick Destruction, pop that Dracaback, draw 3, shuffle those Runick spells back in, activate Smiting Storm just for fun, banish 2, opponent down to 13 cards. But opponent's not getting that DP back. They are locked. You cannot have DP on the field while that you have that adventure token. Opponent knows they made a big mistake and they are done. Damn, very close game. Almost got us there. Let's go on to the next one. Alright. Another game going second. Opponent is playing Labyrinth. Searching for the Welcome Labyrinth, and you're about to see why Runick is not guaranteed victories right now. We're going to go to our standby phase. Opponent is activating Welcome Labyrinth, and we're going to Dispelling. Opponent special summoning a Runick, a Labyrinth monster. Put on the deck. We're going to get the Hug in, search for the field spell. Opponent getting that lovely lady. We're going to activate Huggin. And opponent has Ash Blossom. Ashing the Huggin is not ideal. We do have the Monster Gate though. Can turn Huggin into something else, which was our plan. But opponent has Eradicator Epidemic Virus. They're going to tribute their lovely lady. And that is not good, because they're going to name spell. They know we're Runick. They're going to look at our hand, every card we draw for the next 3 turns, and destroy all spells. So they're going to destroy our entire hand, and every Runick spell we draw is immediately destroyed. So a good job, opponent. That is the out to Runicks. You go first, and you activate the virus, destroying the entire Runick deck. Alright, so, you know, that is the downside of this. People know what it is, and they have the out. That is definitely for sure. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, now the best hand in this deck is when you open with Cyberstein. Open with Cyberstein going first is basically a free win, but we're going second. So let's see what happens. We got the Runick field spell. We're going to activate Destruction, pop one of these back row pieces, and opponent is playing Ice Jades. Very interesting. I have not seen a competitive Ice Jade deck, so I am going to be stealing this. You'll see this in the next video, hopefully. Let's activate Huggin. Discard this useless Sea Stealth 2. Search for another copy of the field spell. And do a nice little draw. Draw 2. Gonna get another Reasoning here. Let's Reasoning. Opponent, though, names level 5. Do they know what we're playing? They know we're Simp King? They possibly know. Opponent naming correctly with the Reasoning, naming level 5. Maybe they saw us discard that Umi, but that means Ocean Dragon Lord, instead of getting summoned, he goes straight to the graveyard. So that's not ideal, but let's activate Cyberstein. Now, we have always 2 choices with Cyberstein. With Cyberstein, well, you have lots of choices, but there's 3 real choices here. Nature Exterio basically lets you negate every spell trap they activate by destroying or banishing cards from the graveyard. So that's our first choice. And then our other choice is Last Warrior. And you saw Last Warrior. When you special summon, you destroy all other monsters you control, and then neither player can summon monsters. Now, it's always hard to choose, but in my experience, Last Warrior is better. Probably you go for this one almost always, unless you know your opponent's playing Runicks. So we maybe made a wrong choice here. We're going to go for... Yeah, opponent's activating Ice Barrier. Again, an Ice Jade. We're going to go for the Nature Exterio here, and that is a mistake. Big mistake. We're ending the turn. And opponent is gonna special summon Ice Jade for free because we have a field spell. Now we can negate it because its effect is that we can't activate effects of monsters the turn they're summoned, except the turn they're summoned, which means while this was not negated, our Exterio does nothing. So had to negate that. Opponent equipping with an Ice Jade Creation Kingfisher and activating Gameciel. Oh no. Oh no, Gameciel. We really needed that not to be a turtle. Opponent just outplaying us right now with the Ice Jade Angerine summoning on the field. I don't even know what's going on now. Searching for Ice Jade spell traps. Getting that Enoyo Cradle. Probably should have made this boy into a Lost Warrior for another planet. Opponent attaching. They're still in defense mode though, so we're safe, right? We get our Umi. Opponent can attack us for 1,000, but we got another turn. Well, wrong. Because it turns out, when this is equipped, it can attack while it's in defense mode, and it uses its defense for its attack. And when Ice Jade Curse says, when a monster is destroyed, you target the monster, inflict damage equal to its original attack points. So that's 2,200 damage, and we are dead. Alright, outplayed. Maybe we should be playing a real water deck like Ice Jade. Let me know what you think. But let's go on to the deck list. Alright, so here is the modified deck that I made. So I took Enzo's Runick Umi control, but this is actually a slight modified version of it. So I'll show you this version first, and then we'll talk about Enzo's version. So I am running triple Sea Stealth 2 and only 2 Runick Fountains. If you mill this when you activate your Reasoning, that's great, because Sea Stealth attack will activate it from the deck. So the ideal play is you activate Reasoning, you mill like 15 cards, you send a Sea Stealth 2 to your graveyard, special summon Ocean Dragonlord, you activate him, get your Sea Stealth attack, and on your opponent's standby phase, you activate, and now you got Umi from your graveyard onto the field with Sea Stealth attack's effect. When it's activated, it activates Umi from the graveyard, and you're set up with the Ocean Dragon Luck, and you got the Runick spell engine going on at the same time. So that's that. We got 2 Call by Graves, we got triple Tip, we got triple Flashing Fire, double Destruction, triple Freezing Curses, 2, 3 Runick Slumbers. This one's pretty good because you almost always have a target and you can protect your monsters from destruction. We got 2 Smiting Storms, 1 Golden Droplet, and 1 Dispelling. I put in 2 Ice Barriers because if you mill this, you can search for your Ocean Dragonlord. Not terrible. Also, as a trap, it's not bad. And we got Sea Stealth attacks, 1, 2, 3. Alright, in the extra deck, triple Hogan, 1 Moonin, triple Gary. If I were to change this up, double Moonin, actually not terrible, because if you pay 5,000 life points, gaining 1,000 life points a turn can be pretty good. So maybe dump a Gary, get another Moonin if you have one. I do not think I have a second one, so yeah, that's expensive. Alright, triple Gary. We got Last Warrior from another planet. We got Dynamorphia Rex Term, who's just in here for fun. You can summon this with Cyberstein. Just a fun fact. May even be worth playing Cyberstein if you're playing Dynamorphias, because just straight Cyberstein into Rex terms actually pretty good. Yo, okay, new deck idea. We'll revisit this. Alright, Nature Exterio, we got 1 of. We got Nightmare Phoenix, Water Charmer, Derek Charmer, and Nightmare Unicorn, and an Accessco Talker. So there you go, that is the extra deck. Now let's show off Enzo's deck because I'll explain why I made these changes. The reason I want it this way, our only 4 monsters are all good. We hit anything with Reasoning, we hit anything with Monster Gate, it's either going to be Ocean Dragonlord or Cyberstein. So you know, we pretty much know exactly what we're going to get. Also increases the amount of cards we mill. Let's go on to Enzo's deck and talk about that. Alright, so here is Enzo's original list that I modified. Enzo was playing 2 copies of Chaos Hunter. Lets you, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can discard a card to special summon this, and it stops your opponent from banishing cards. This is really good against Runicks, but generally I don't think that you want this in the deck because if you hit this off Reasoning, you're going to be pretty sad. You'd much rather hit Ocean Dragonlord than randomly hit Chaos Hunter, and it dramatically reduces the amount of cards your average going to mill to your graveyard when you activate Reasoning. So that was the reason I cut this. You definitely, that's just my opinion, you don't want monsters that could interfere with your strategy, so that was why I cut that. Enzo also had triple Runick's field spell. I always say this, I just don't think you need 3 of the field spell. Yeah, it's great when you have it in your opening hand, but drawing more than 1 of these is super clunky and you really don't want to have it, so that's why I dropped it to 2. So that was my other point here. Enzo only running 2 Sea Stealth 2s. I think this is pretty core to the strategy with Ocean Dragonlord, so that's why I'm running it at 3. Increases the odds you send it to the graveyard. Get your best possible opener. We got triple Runick Tip. We got triple Flashing Fire. Enzo is running triple Destruction. I don't have a third Destruction, and I just don't think you need the third Destruction, so I'm only running it at 2. Triple Freezing Curses. Triple Freezing Runick Slumber. Only 1 Smiting Storm. I increased this to 2. 1 Golden Droplet, 1 Dispelling. Enzo also running 2 Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched, really good against Runicks. Really good against this deck, actually. You activate this, go in second, go down to just 1 card. That pretty much tears apart Umi Control generally. And triple C Stealth Attack. Now, Enzo was not running the Dynamorphia Rex term, but I left it in here anyway. They were running a Link 1, I think Gravity something. Gravity Controller instead of the Rex term. Gravity Controller you can use with your Runick monsters to link them away. It kind of protects you from battle once, so could be useful, but I didn't think it was worth running, so I cut it, replaced it with a Rex term. Alright, hope you liked the video. I got one special treat for you because Konami, bless Konami, they released New Year's Toad, so I'll show off the New Year's Toad, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Alright, have a good night. They gave us the beautiful Toad pet. That's right. And for only 223 gems, I assume, to celebrate the new year 2023, they're giving us the beautiful frogs. So, you know what? Go to the store, buy these beautiful frogs. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.